Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Learn Mathematics. Students, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel. Today we are going to start a new chapter number 1, Relations and Functions. Here I will discuss three main things: Cartesian product, relation and types of relations. What is Cartesian product? We have already done in class 11, but just to recall those concepts, let's take two examples. First one is we have taken two sets. Set A, red, blue, and set B is bag, shirt, and jeans. Now, how many pairs we can make? If we start making the pairs by taking the elements of set A first of all, so the pairs will be red bag, red shirt, and red jeans. Blue bag, blue shirt, and blue jeans. So, Cartesian product is basically the collection of all these ordered pairs. So, the definition of Cartesian product is for any two sets A and B, A cross B means Cartesian product is equal to AB, where A belongs to set A and element B belongs to set B, and AB is called ordered pair. One more important observation is AB does not mean BA. Now let's take one more example. Second example, three different sets A, B and C we have taken. Now let's calculate A cross B. A cross B means we have to start making the pairs by taking the elements of A first of all. 1 3 1 4, 2 3 2 4, and then 3 3 and 3 4. Now let's calculate B cross A. 3 1 3 2 3 3, 4 1 4 2 and 4 3. And observe, are these two results equal? No, they are not equal. So A cross B is not equal to B cross A. You can even verify this thing by taking some other examples. You can calculate A cross C and C cross A, B cross C and C cross B, and verify yourself. Now let's talk about relation. Relation is basically the subset of Cartesian product. Let's take set A as A, B, C, D. We have taken some alphabets here, and in set B we have taken few names. And we define the relation as R XY ordered pair, where X is the first letter of Y. X belongs to set A means out of these four alphabets, and Y belongs to set B means out of these five names. Now our relation R is, let's take first alphabet A. And do we have any name starting with A? Because our relation is X is the first letter of Y. So yes, we have two names. It means A is related to Aman and A is related to Ankita as well. Same way we'll take rest of the alphabets and we'll make the ordered pairs. Here one thing you can note down, there is no name starting with D. So we'll not take D. This D will not come into our relation. Now if you want to represent with arrow diagram, we'll take set A, set B, we'll write all the elements of set A here, all the elements of set B here. Now we have to make the arrows between the two elements which are related. So here A is related to Aman, A is related to Ankit also. So same way B is also related, C is also related, but D is not related to any name. And same way this name is also not related to any alphabet. So we'll leave it as it is. Now in our relation, let's talk about domain. Domain is the set of all first elements in relation. Please concentrate on this letter R. R means relation. Set of all first elements in relation. So domain is A, B and C. We can note down one more thing, that domain is not equal to A, because A was A, B, C, D. But what is domain? Domain is the collection of all the first elements in relation. So only three alphabets are in relation, A, B and C. So this is only domain. Range is same way, set of all second elements in R. So we can define the range also. Codomain is second set, means the complete set B will be our codomain. Now number of relations from set A to set B. Number of relations is equal to 2 raised to the power number of elements of A into number of elements of B. But where does it come from? We know that relation is a subset of Cartesian product, and number of relations is equal to number of subsets of A cross B. So using this formula that you have used in class 11, that number of subsets is equal to 2 raised to the power number of elements of that set. So by using this formula we can say This is equal to, number of relations equal to 2 raised to the power number of elements of A cross B, means Cartesian product. And number of elements of A cross B is definitely equal to number of elements of A into number of elements of B. So hence we get this formula that number of relations is equal to 2 raised to the power number of elements of A cross number of elements of B. Now different types of relations. First is empty relation. As the name says, empty relation. It means if relation has no elements, so it is called empty relation, and we write it as phi. R is equal to phi. Universal relation. If relation has all the elements, then it is called as universal relation. Let's take example. Let us take an example here. Let A is equal to set of all students in a girls' school. We define relation R on set A. We have set A. Now on this set A, we will define a relation. We defined a relation that AB, where A and B are brothers. So this relation and one more relation we are defining here, AB. Height of A and B is greater than 10 centimeter. Now let's observe these two relations. First one R. A and B are brothers. It is a girls' school, so there are no boys in the school. Hence, this cannot be possible. There cannot be a brother, and R has no elements. This is an empty relation because it was a girls' school. So, how can we have two students which are brothers? This is not possible. So, this relation is empty relation, and R is equal to 5. Now, another relation, height of both A and B is greater than 10 centimeter. Height of children are always greater than 10 centimeter. 10 centimeter is around approximately 0.3 foot. So, height of A and B will always be greater than 10 centimeter. So, it means all the students of the school will come in this relation. So it means R is a universal relation. And what are trivial relations? Sometimes empty relation and universal relation are called trivial relations. Let A be the set of all students of a boys' school. Show that relation R in A given by R is equal to AB. A is the sister of B. A be the set of all students of a boys' school, and we have a relation AB. A is the sister of B is the empty relation, and another relation AB. The difference between heights of A and B is less than 3 meters is universal relation. So let's talk about first relation. A is the sister of B. It is a boys' school, so there are no girl students. There cannot be any student which is the sister of other. So R is equal to 5. This is an empty relation. Now let's talk about other relation. The difference between heights of A and B is less than 3 meters. 3 meters is too much. The difference between height of any two students of the school has to be less than 3 meters. So this means this is a universal relation because this will be definitely possible that the difference between the heights will be always less than 3 meters. Now, what is reflexive, symmetric and transitive relation? Very important relation now. For a relation R in set A, reflexive. Relation is reflexive if A belongs to R. For every A belongs to A. Means any element which is related to itself. A. Like for example 1, 1. 2, 2. If we have these type of ordered pairs in the relation, then we call that relation as reflexive. Symmetric. Relation is symmetric if AB belongs to R, then BA also belongs to R. For example, if we have 1, 2 in that relation, so then at the same time we have 2, 1 also in that relation. So we call that relation as symmetric relation. Very important, transitive relation. If AB belongs to R, BC also belongs to R, then we should have AC also in R. So if relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then we call it as equivalence relation. This is very important relation. Now let's take examples to understand this. Let's define a relation on set A. We have taken set A 1, 2, 3. We have defined a relation by taking some ordered pairs. Now let's check reflexive. If the relation is reflexive, then we have to have A in the relation, where A should belongs to set A. Now let's see. We have the elements 1, 2, 3. So 1, let's take 1. Do we have 1, 1 in the relation? Yes, we have 1, 1. Do we have 2, 2 in the relation? Yes, we have. Do we have 3, 3 in the relation? Yes, we have. All these three pairs are in the relation. It means R is reflexive relation. Now let's check symmetric. Symmetric relation is the one if AB belongs to R, then BA also belongs to R. Here 1, 2 belongs to R, but do we have 2, 1 belongs to R? No. Let's have a look at the relation. We have 1, 2. 1, 2 is there in the relation. But do we have 2, 1 in the relation? No, we don't have. So AB is there, but BA is not there. So it means this is not symmetric relation. Now let's check transitive. If AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R, then AC should belong to R. Here 1, 2 belongs to R, 2, 3 belongs to R, then 1, 3 is also there in the relation. Again, let's have a look on the relation. We have 1, 2 in the relation, means AB. Then BC means 2 and some other number. So 2, 3 also there in the relation. So what we should have in the relation? AC. So let it be AB. This is BC and AC. So yes, AC is also there in the relation. So this is a transitive relation. So we can conclude that R is reflexive and transitive but not symmetric. Let's take one more example. Show that the relation R in the set 1, 2, 3 given by this is reflexive but neither symmetric nor transitive. Okay, so now we have to check one by one. Relation R is given. Let's check reflexive. We have 1, 2, 3. Do we have 1, 1 in the relation? Yes. 2, 2? Yes. 3, 3? Yes. So this is a reflexive relation. Then we have to check symmetric. For symmetric, AB belongs to R, so BA should also be there in the relation. So in this relation given, we have 1, 2. But do we have 2, 1? No, we don't have. So if we get any one such pair, so we can say that this is not symmetric. We have 1, 2, but we don't have 2, 1 here. So this is not symmetric. Now let's talk about transitive. We have 1, 2 means AB. Then we have 2, 3 means BC. Now do we have AC? Means do we have 1, 3 here? No, we don't have. So it means here 1, 2 belongs to R, 2, 3 belongs to R, but 1, 3 does not belong to R. So it means R is not transitive. So R is reflexive but neither symmetric nor transitive. So students, I hope you must have understood the different types of relations. Please do some examples based on these different types of relations and try yourself. Thank you very much.